Okay, so let's get into installing Elasticsearch and Kibana together. First of all, we need to visit elastic.co and under the products menu, you can select Elasticsearch. So the 8.1 release, or generally the version 8, is a little bit different in terms of installation from the versions before that. So you're going to overview the installation on Mac, but the process in Windows and Linux is very much the same. So I trust that you can figure out how to make the compatibility between the installation in Mac and Linux and Windows. But practically, installing Elastic and Kibana on Mac is pretty much the same with Linux, but a little bit different from Windows. So we're going to start by clicking on this option, and here we can actually choose our platform. I'm going to say it's Mac. So the first one is for getting the Elasticsearch, and the second one is for getting the Kibana. And my strong recommendation is to get both of these from the same version, obviously. And yeah, we don't need anything else. So right now I have these two, and the next thing I want to do is to extract these two zip files, or in my case gz files. So after that we're going to get to the next step of installing Elasticsearch and Kibana. I'm waiting for my Kibana to get extracted, and yeah. So as you can see in my laptop, I have Elasticsearch 8.1.3 and Kibana 8.1.3. So if your version is a little bit uh, above this in the near future, it's not a problem. But if your version is under 8, the version 8, the process will going to be different for you. But I think you can reach out to other videos on the YouTube to see how to install Elasticsearch and Kibana under the version 8. Okay, so here I'm on my terminal right now. The first thing I'm going to look up for my two uh, folders for Elastic and Kibana. So that's my Elastic 8.1.3. I'm going to get into it. The next thing is very easy. So all I have to do is to say bin elasticsearch, and that's it. The Elastic will do the rest actually. And oh, by the way, I have to remind you that in order to be able to install Elasticsearch and Kibana, you have to have Java on your system. So if you don't have it, if you get into any kind of error regarding the Java itself, so the first thing you have to do is to install Java, for instance, for Mac. All right. So that's, I think, obvious, and you can simply go over the Java and install it. But we have the JVM, so that's not a thing for us. So yeah, the running Elasticsearch is pretty much done, and as long as it's up like this on my terminal, I don't get any difficulties in order to have Elasticsearch. And here is what is different from the lower versions. Here we have some kind of token, and so we are going to make use of this token in a bit. So the next thing I want to do is to go into Kibana folder and do the exact same thing for kibana as well. So I am going to say bin kibana. And so basically Elastic made its product a little bit more secure than before, and you're going to see what I mean by that. So if I run bin kibana and wait for it to do its thing for a second. Okay, I think I got some error, but not sure that it will jeopardize the process itself. So I'm going to wait for the kibana. So yeah, as you can see, the kibana says go to this address to get started with the configuration of kibana. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to here paste this out, and yeah, it says the enrollment token. How can I get this enrollment token thing? If you get back to the Elasticsearch when you ran it, you have this token with bold font, and it says configure Kibana to use this class cluster. So I'm going to simply copy this here and paste this out in here. If it's okay, then we'll go to the saving settings, starting Elasticsearch and completing setup in related order. So I'm going to wait for Kibana to do its thing, and after a while we get into some kind of login page. Yep. So if you're not sure what to put in here, uh, if you go back here, you get password for the Elastic user. So the username should be Elastic. And my password in this case is this. So I have to copy this out and paste this in and log in. And hopefully I get into the Kibana environment. And I did. So here you can start by adding integration or any other thing that you want to do for starters. But my basic configuration on the Kibana is like this. So the installation is pretty much over. In the next couple of episodes, we're going to explore how Kibana works on the new version 8.1. But yeah, this is I guess this is it, and there's nothing else. Just to overview, first we are going to download our files and extract them and run the command like this, bin elasticsearch, and after it's pretty much done, run the command bin kibana, and it sends us to the URL to configure the kibana itself with the elasticsearch, which we use the token right here. So yeah, this is it. I'm going to end this episode and see you guys later.